Hello, and welcome to my response to question 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups and issues? Featuring Workspace magazines as if conventions and representations are evaluated. To begin, let's start with the cover page conventions. Typically, the mastheads sit on the top of the page. Sitting near it, both the selling line and the date line sits there, with a simple sleek design having the main image take up most of the space. Topics are different between the two, one covering a game and the other featuring a tutorial. Both fit within the conventions that the game development magazines follow, as even another magazine, Wireframe magazine, issued a tutorial where they went through the process of creating a first-person shooter. Moving on to the table of contents, you can see more challenging differences between the two. Workspace magazine features a DPS, which game developer typically avoids using, but other magazines in the same genre can still feature a DPS table of contents. Unlike the style a Workspace magazine brings, its style is very modern and minimalistic compared to the game developer. Even through those differences, the TOC can still be considered conventional since the table of contents in the game developer magazine was heavily modified to consider the game's featured style, while my magazine doesn't feature a video game, thus it keeps its original style. Now, let's bring in one of Workspace's biggest inspirations, which is a more modern magazine compared to the other game developer magazines. Wireframe is a magazine most notable for its modern design, which you can see on the right. They both share the same masthead on the top, with paragraph structure and images overlapping with the other elements of the magazine. However, Wireframe's magazine design mainly challenges the conventional design that other magazines implement, as Wireframe takes the modern and minimalistic design of today. Finally, representation. Throughout, Workspace magazine seems to represent and feature indie game developers or people who just want to get into game development, going in depth with its contents, appealing to beginners who want to understand concepts better, while appearing as a more modern magazine, and I feel like it represents game developers right. There's no real discrimination in Workspace, nor does it address social issues. The magazine represents game developers through a tutorial that even includes its own section of different software that developers can use. It shows a part of a complex process game developers go through just for a piece of the whole process of creating a game.